You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Time now for the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. Good day, sir.
Hey, welcome to another Monday, another action-packed week.
Yeah, happy Monday to you.
What's going on? Larry Bird, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, blowing out 64 candles today.
Oh, very nice.
His career with the Celtics, of course, 3-time NBA champion, 12-time NBA All-Star, Hall of Famer. And here's the thing. Everybody talks about King James, LeBron James.
Oh, yeah.
Go look at stats. Larry's a better ball player. So
Really?
That's awesome.
buzz off, James. Let's see. C. Thomas Howell.
Oh, yeah. I
Red Dawn,
remember
Soul
him.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Soul Man. He's 54 today.
I always liked him.
And who didn't absolutely love Ted Knight? The Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Oh, yeah,
Caddyshack.
You had like that. Come with a free bowl of soup.
Yeah.
He was just pretty amazing. Birthday, by the way, and I want to say somewhere out of Poland. First name, Tadeusz. Tadeusz.
Okay.
Last name, Kanapka.
Okay.
That's Ted Knight. I'm not kidding.
Oh.
That's his real name?
Oh,
his real
wow.
I had no clue.
Yep. Well, there you go. Well, we're learning here, and that's why I'm here to bestow knowledge, John.
And we appreciate that.
I do.
Absolutely.
I learned something once when you were talking.
If we don't do it, who will? NPR? I don't think so. Let's see. Wow, historic day and certainly a somber one. This day, 1941, Imperial Japanese Navy with 353 planes attack the U.S. fleet at Pearl Harbor.
That's right. A date that will live in infamy.
Naval base in Hawaii. Over 2,403 Americans met their demise that day.
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Yeah, it was a huge, poor decision on Japan's part.
Did not end well for them.
And of lesser importance, 1968, Richard Dodd returns a library book. So?
Yeah.
Well, he returned it to the University of Cincinnati. Well, so?
Yeah.
Well, again, it's 1968 when this happened. That book was taken out by his great-grandfather back in 1823.
Oh, my goodness.
So he'd been piling up fines for 145 years.
Did they actually give him a fine?
They executed him, John.
Did they? Should have kept that
Right
book,
there on
buddy.
the library steps.
Right there, yep. Just brought him out back, shot him, and sent the family a canned ham.
I'm assuming they put that book on display somewhere.
That's
Probably
pretty
rent it out
cool that he
somewhere.
brought it back.
1995, of even far lesser importance, super high tie-dyed jam band, the Grateful Dead, breaks up.
Oh.
I know. What are you going to do?
Well, I don't know. There went my plans. It's going to be a deadhead.
You can still be a deadhead. You just can't watch him perform anymore.
I know.
They do again now, don't they?
I actually know 3 people who back in the day used to follow the Dead around the country.
Really?
I know one.
Like what
but
they
yeah.
did, yeah.
Yeah. And I've got a book somewhere around here. It's called something like Marketing Tips from the Grateful Dead, something like that. I just thought it seemed like an interesting idea. Fantastic book, by the way.
It was something there,
really good.
an iconic band, really the first, what we know as a jam band.
Yeah.
You know.
They never did the same concert twice. Everyone was a little bit different.
Well, because actually they were so stoned, they really didn't know where they were going with any given song. So, they just started riffing and riffing and riffing.
Each one of them started a different song each time.
Here's a little thing we just wrote that takes about 48 minutes.
Well, Dan, thank you for that, sir.
Absolutely. I know now, we all know, and we can just plow right ahead.
And we'll do exactly that. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
Want to save money? Take the BetterCreditCards.com challenge. It's simple and free, and you could save money every single month. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to BetterCreditCards.com to see if they can help you find a better credit card. This This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. Do it today. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I love to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
President-elect South Dakota Department
that's
of Game and Fish
right.
Parks, Dan, whatever. We'll get back to that at a later date. Things are still in litigation. Anyway,
Getting a lot of calls from attorneys here.
snappy salute from the well-starched brim of the old Ranger Dan hat. And I thought we'd start out with a little mailbag action
Oh,
today.
nice.
Start the week out. Of course, getting towards the holidays. Of course, things are lighting up from the old Ranger Dan Enterprises website, and people stocking up for the holidays and buying official Ranger Dan merchandise and this and that and the other thing. Now, I only mentioned this a little less than a week ago, but I got to tell you what, sales are going through the roof. So, and this letter has to do with what I'm talking about.
Oh, nice.
Dear Ranger Dan, number one, love Critter Corner. Love the show. Just want you to know, received my copy of your new book, How to Make Piles of Tax-Free, Non-Traceable Cash Selling Other People's Stuff.
Yeah.
Holy cow, Ranger Dan, I finished all 12 pages in just one sitting. What a page turner.
3 of those pages are just autograph pages.
Just want you to know, especially enjoyed the sections on offshore bank accounts.
Oh, yeah.
The pros and cons of hired goons, and child labor laws, some handy legal loopholes. Just want you to know I'll be ordering copies for all my family and friends for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Thanks, Ranger Dan. You are indeed a national treasure. And my wife, Alicia, finds you ruggedly handsome.
Oh my
Nice.
goodness.
Your biggest fan, Horace Lindquist.
Oh, really nice.
Well, thanks there, Horace. I got to tell you what, your letter here reminds me at just in time for Christmas. I got to tell you what, you're looking for that perfect last-minute stocking stuffer, Ranger Dan Critter Jerky. It's a Christmas blowout. Right now, you buy a 1-pound package for just $7.95. You're going to receive your second 1-pound package for just $7.85. Ranger Dan Critter Jerky, except no substitute. Look for the original official Ranger Dan label hastily pasted over what appears to be a Jack Link's logo. That's all the time we have today, little Radio Rangers. Till next time, this is Ranger Dan out. Say it with me.
Yes, sir.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for Water Cooler Talk with Mr. Dan Farris, brought to you by Lukewarm Tap Water.
Tap water. Hey, because it is the giving season, I put on my little Santa Claus hat. See what I did there?
I like that.
Compliments of Sunny Radio and Alien and Company Tattoo. We do have a Sunny logo tattoo winner. Carrie Fitzgerald, come on down.
Oh my goodness.
Carrie Fitzgerald, yep, you are going to own and operate your very own
Owned and operated.
Sunny Radio logo. Compliment of Steve and the crew at Alien and Company. And what's that going to cost you?
Nothing.
Oh, wow.
And you can choose where you put it, too.
That's awesome.
So, do keep in mind I am offering $50. That's cold hard cash.
Yeah.
If you put it on your forehead.
No.
Oh my gosh,
What do
no.
you mean no?
No.
I can do what I want. This is America.
I don't want anyone doing that.
Oh, that would be such a bad
It's
idea.
$50, John.
Yeah, it's a bad plan. Terrible plan.
What do you got to buck up against me on this for?
Just Google radio station logo on forehead. You'll see why. There's a story that did not end well in Indianola, Iowa.
Well, I'm just saying, Carrie. Yeah, $50.
Yeah.
Kind of the offer, so.
I think let's not do that.
There you go. All right, water cooler talk. Thanks to everybody coming out Friday night.
Yeah,
that was the first time I was involved.
Yeah.
in a mocktails mix-off.
Yeah, and Dan was a judge.
You were a
now
judge.
We can
Gotta
say
be
that
it.
now.
And the folks I was judging, just great people all the way around. And I got to tell you what, we had that is capped every year to 10 entries.
Yeah. There was a lot of entries, but 10 qualifiers.
It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I mean, oh man, people really, really were kicking out the jams on these mocktails. It was just absolutely fantastic. And I'll bet, and there were just 3 of us judging.
Yeah.
But I know when everything was tallied and done and everything else, we actually went off to a sequestered room.
Yeah.
And it took us better part of a half hour to really knock it out who was going to be 1, 2, and 3. So, well done to everybody involved.
And congratulations to the top grand prize numero uno winner, Mr. Jeff Harding.
All right, Jeff.
And I had a chance to chat with each one of the contestants, so here is a quick little snippet from the interview that I did with Jeff Harding on Friday night. What is your drink for the Mocktails Mix-Off?
It is a Black Lav Mocktail Mojito.
What all is in a Black Lav Mocktail Mojito?
Typical mojito is lime and mint and fresh mint. We've added blackberries and a lavender syrup.
Very nice.
That gives it kind of a floral taste to it.
So how many versions of this did you make before you came to just the right one?
We've always enjoyed making flavored mojitos. When you muddle the fresh mint and the sugar together, you kind of grind it up so that mint gets infused in the sugar mixture that you add to the lime juice.
Yeah.
That's when you add a couple blackberries and mash them into it.
Nice.
But you could do that with peach, really any fruit.
So whatever flavor you like.
Sure.
Well, very good. So if you win the $1,000, what are you going to do with that?
I think my wife's already got it spent. We've been working for the last 4 months finishing our basement.
Oh.
A big screen TV, something. I'm sure we'll find something to throw it at.
Well, I wish you the very best. Thank you very much for being a part of the 6th annual Mocktails Mix-Off.
You bet. It was our pleasure.
Again, Jeff was our grand prize winner. We had 2 other winners, a second and third place, and then all of the contestants, their recipes, each and every one of them can be found right now at this very second at mocktailsmixoff.com. And if you want to have some delicious non-alcoholic drinks, Dan had a chance to try all of them. Were they all pretty darn good?
The presentation was part of it.
Yeah.
And it was just fascinating what people can do with liquids and a glass and garnish and stuff. I mean, some of this stuff was walked in, and me and the other 2 judges were just going,
That's impressive.
Yeah, every year it amazes me, and I was really sad this year that we didn't get to have the live mix-off, because that's usually my favorite part. The little interview we just heard with Jeff, that was recorded out in the parking lot.
Right.
Because I did that. Everybody that pulled up, we were being as cautious as we possibly could. Social distance. Heidi was saying it looked like nobody was there. It's because we took an event that usually has a couple hundred people, and we did it in a space that has room for a couple thousand people. And then we also did a bunch of live streaming and stuff that we could, so if you didn't feel comfortable being there, you could watch from a distance, and a lot of people did that. So again, when you walk in, it looked, kind of wide open. Well, that was the whole point. We were social distancing. So it wasn't, packed in on top of each other. We were trying to be very, very careful, very, very cautious. And I am really looking forward to 2021 and kind of getting things back to normal. And I'm hoping to do it again at the same facility. And if we don't have COVID living in our world anymore, which I'm really also hoping, I just think that facility is going to be a great place to have the actual live mix-off. And then the band, Redemption Road, a round of applause for those guys as well.
They were great.
They did an awesome job. And then they recorded an album this weekend. And I got to sneak into the studios. They're at the Warehouse Studios. And I walked in and had a chance to check out what they're working on. Cool place. I'm excited for their album to be done. And you'll hear me in the background clapping. Not really. I wasn't, but... But I wanted to. But it was really cool. So huge thank you to them. Thank you to South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, to South Dakota EMS for Children, to Health Connect, to Keystone Treatment Center, Sanford, all the different groups that came along. There's a whole list of them at mocktailsmixoff.com.
Want to save money? Take the bettercreditcards.com challenge. It's simple and free, and you could save money every single month. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to bettercreditcards.com to see if they can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it can help you get a better credit card. Do it today. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for your bright spot of news, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They brighten any room with a beautiful light fixture, and we're going to brighten your day with some really cool, positive news right now. I've got Jen Lee joining me right now. Jen, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. You've got a really neat thing that you're doing. You're going to go Christmas caroling, and you're inviting other folks to come along. Let's talk a little bit about the event and when this is happening.
It is happening Tuesday night, December 15th at 6 p.m. We are going to meet up at the Good Samaritan Society, which is just off of North Minnesota, way on the north side of town. But what had been really bothering me this Christmas is thinking of people that are suffering from loneliness.
Yeah.
And I thought, somebody needs to do something about that. And then I couldn't go to sleep that night, and I had this kind of dawned on me, that somebody is me, and I can do something. I can do something to help spread some Christmas cheer. And I'm a singer, and I have a lot of friends who are singers, and I thought, let's organize a caroling event and go and try to visit some of these residents in nursing homes. We know we can't go inside, but we can stay outside.
Yeah.
We have some that are willing to open the windows and let us sing, and we're going to have a hot chocolate stand. We're going to have a Christmas trolley available, and then we're going to go on a ride when this part of the event is over. And now the doors have opened to us at the Union Gospel Mission, so we're actually going to finish our event at the mission that night.
That's really cool. Now, is this the first year that this has ever happened?
It is. I'm hoping it's just the first. I'm hoping it'll be something that'll really take off.
And it sounds like a whole lot of fun. Now, have you gone Christmas caroling in the past yourself?
I have a few times. I used to sing in an a cappella group, and we went for probably 4 or 5 years in a row when I was singing with Angelic. But I've taken a few years off, and this just felt like, of all years, this is a year where we really need to try to go out and spread some joy to people, go above and beyond what we normally do.
I agree completely. Now, I went my entire life up until I was like 25, 30 years old, something like that. I had never, ever gone Christmas caroling back then. And then when I met my wife, Heidi, and the two of us got married, her family would go Christmas caroling every year. This is over in Iowa. And I started going with the family. And I remember that first year, they're like, hey, who wants to go? And I thought, nah, I don't want to go. And my wife said, no, you got to go. It's fun. And we had so much fun. And it became not just a family tradition for her family, but it became a family tradition for the people who we went to visit as well. When her grandma and grandpa passed away and we quit having a Christmas in that community, we would get messages from people saying, we really miss you guys so much, and we miss having that as part of the Christmas in Alta, Iowa.
Yes.
This is something that you have no idea what you're starting here. This could turn into an annual tradition that, not only becomes a big deal to you and the people out singing, but the people who get to receive that as well.
I really hope so. I know there are 40-something homes in Sioux Falls, in the Sioux Falls area. So, even if we try to hit a few more nursing homes next year and a few more the year after that, I just think if people would get together their own groups, we could hit all 40 some year, and how beautiful that would be.
So somebody listening right now that's going, this sounds like my kind of fun. How do they get involved, and how do they sign up to go out and sing with you?
Yes. If you go onto my Facebook page, you're going to look for my business page, which is called The Key with Jen Lee, and it's going to be under my events, and the event is called The Key to Christmas Caroling Event. And they can just hit going, and they can share the event. The event, of course, is free. However, we are going to be doing a little clothing drive that night for the residents at Good Sam. So I'm going to be posting a list on there, and then that night they can just bring an item if they would like to donate. And then we're also doing some gifts later on for the Union Gospel Mission as well, if they'd like to give to that.
Is this
so we're just going to be blessing a whole bunch of people.
Absolutely.
It's so much fun.
Is this for all ages, or is there just for adults, or what are you thinking?
I would love to have children. I'm bringing my own kids, and some of their friends are meeting us down there. I think it would be great to have kids, and it's a great way we'll be outside, so we won't have to worry too much about, social distancing and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of that term.
Yeah.
But, we'll be outside, and I think it'd be a great time for kids because they will especially love the Christmas trolley and hopefully be able to get a ride on that when we're through.
I think that sounds like a lot of fun. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing. I'm going to throw a link to this on our Facebook page to make it easy to find all the info.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Again, the event is coming up on Tuesday, the 15th of December, and it's an opportunity to go Christmas caroling. All of the information at facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
The celebrities are fabulous. It's a rare moment. It's a rare celebrity where pretty much everybody can go, you know what? I dig that individual.
Right.
It's all goodness and light. It's all fascinating.
Right.
It's all favorite celebrity? What? Santa Claus.
Oh,
Are you
of course.
kidding me?
Hands down.
This is great. Now, you guys raised 2 kids. I've raised 2 kids, whatever. So you're familiar with every year when television does the NORAD tracking Santa.
Oh,
in his
yeah,
sleigh
that's fun.
across the whole darn world on Christmas Eve. They have made some upgrades, and this just sounds really fun if you've got little ones or even yourself. Now NORAD, as a brand new website, that not only tracks Santa as he makes his Christmas Eve trek, but there's a heck of a lot more. You can surf NORAD.org, now playing games, listening to fun songs, watching little Santa Claus movies, and more.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they've just done a whole revamp, so the little ones can go on there and just have a blast with it while they're dragging Santa. Yeah.
That is very cool.
Which is nice. And what always amazes me about this, about NORAD, if you're really familiar with it, they can also launch missiles and take Santa out in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's not do that.
NORAD's military, man.
You better mind his P's and Q's.
You better stay on the nice list.
I'm not making that up. NORAD is.
No, I know. I know what NORAD is.
They're in a mountain.
I absolutely know what NORAD is.
They are. I've actually been by there, yeah.
I was in there. I was kind of walking around.
Of course, you were uninvited.
Redecorating. No, I've never
telling
done
people what they should be doing.
Is that a good
If
place?
I own NORAD, I'd do this.
Is that a good place for that garbage can, really? Scoot that over.
Yeah, again, that's NORAD.org.
Nice.
Super cool. I
will be
love
checking that out.
that.
Point that out. So
Are
there
you serious,
go.
Clark? That's a line from a movie. Anyway, Dan, thank you for the update, sir.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
Want to save money? Take the BetterCreditCards.com challenge. It's simple and free, and you could save money every single month. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to BetterCreditCards.com to see if they can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. Do it today. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Monday, December 7th, 2020. The S&P 500 ended another week with another gain. The broad market index rose 0.85% by the end of the day to close at the high of the session and at a new all-time high. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, the Transportation Average, and the tech-heavy NASDAQ Composite all made similar moves and could continue higher in the coming weeks. While the risks continue to mount, the outlook for earnings continues to grow. The November read on jobs created appreciation was much weaker than expected. The 245,000 reported is a solid gain for the economy, but down substantially from the previous month, and only half of the consensus estimate. The silver lining is that overall unemployment continues to fall, and wages are on the rise. The dark cloud hovering over the economy and the stock market, however, continues to be COVID-19. With cases on the rise and shutdowns widening, another deep economic recession could be on the horizon. You can get the inside track daily at MarketbeatMinute.com.